Hey everybody, welcome back to One Mic. And today I'm here to talk about Season 1, Episode 10 of Paramount Plus and Showtime's Dexter Resurrection, entitled And Justice for All, the Season 1 finale. And man, what a finale and what a journey this character has been on. And I don't mean just this season. I mean the Dexter character from Season 1 of the original show till now. Like, we all absolutely love the first 4 seasons of the original series. And I'm not going to speak for anyone else, but I hold those first 4 seasons in as high regard as I hold some of the best shows of all time. But then it began to decline, and pretty strongly. And it ended how it ended, and its legacy became something more like, you know, that show that was incredible for 4 seasons fell off and then had one of the worst endings of all time, one of the most hated endings of all time. Dexter New Blood and Original Sin, I think both got fairly kind reviews, but neither seemed to, I don't think, really resonate with fans and really inject some life into the Dexter IP. Like, New Blood felt like a much more fitting and acceptable end for Dexter. And I think we were all fine with considering that like the unofficial ninth and final season for the original show. But then they announced this show, and I roll my eyes like, you know, you fixed his ending, and now you're bringing him back again just to open the door to fucking it back up some more. And now look where we stand. Like, a season of Dexter that can stand shoulder to shoulder with those first 4 seasons. A show that reminded us of all the things that made us fall in love with Dexter in the first place, while bringing in a fresh and new story that was incredibly well written and featuring a ton of exciting twists and turns. It was suspenseful, and this episode just reinforced how strong the return of Dexter has been. It hit suspense, it hit humor, emotional payoff, and it did a great job of setting up a second season. So let's break it all down. This great season of Dexter. So we open with Prater planning to leave Dexter locked in that vault for 3 days to die of thirst. And while Dexter's searching for a way out and mourning Batista, instead of Harry, we get a surprise appearance from his brother Brian. And I'm gonna keep it 100. Like, this was just a way to shoehorn in a final surprise guest. That specific one, that's fine. I don't mind it. But the conversation didn't really go anywhere and was largely inconsequential. It was really just an excuse to bring that character back for a cameo. We don't need to talk about it. It did give us a chance to see Brian, call out Dexter on all of his past decisions that Dexter has so far been mostly fine with. And I appreciated Dexter standing firm and saying he was not glad, but he was fine with the kills that he had done. But again, largely pointless conversation. Batista's phone goes off, and we'll come to learn throughout this episode that Prater failed to consider a great many things in his hasty exit from the vault. But Batista's phone goes off, and who's calling? It's Quinn. This gives Dexter the brilliant idea to use Batista's face to unlock the phone and then call Harrison. I don't think that would work. I think the eyes have to be open, but whatever. I'm willing to give them that little benefit of the doubt. Harrison is enjoying one of my personal favorite meals when he's called. But when he eventually answers, since the phone was showing it was Batista, Dexter fills him in on the situation and asks for him to come help. From there, the writing really ties back into earlier plot threads, which you guys know I always love that. Harrison calls that work friend who told him about the gala job in the first place, and suddenly his cover to sneak into the event falls right into place. Nice callback, very clean writing. While Harrison is making his move, Dexter is combing through Prater's files. That's one of the things Prater failed to consider when he left. But again, I guess it doesn't really matter if you're assuming that the person who's in there isn't going to make it out alive. He can learn whatever he wants if he's going to die. But anyway, we get some reveals here. Charlie, a.k.a. Charlie Brown. Yes, Charlie Brown, which even Harry can't resist joking about, has a file in there. As does Cooper Morris, the man who killed Prater's parents. And again, smart writing. Dexter figures the vault code has to be tied to Prater's trauma. And he's like, it's the date that Morris killed his parents. It's the same day that he holds the gala on. That's the date. That's the code. I bet my life on it. And in the middle of Harrison entering the code, not just like, oh, I'm confused now. The show was smart enough to be like, let's have him start to enter the code in first and be like, hey, can you hit backspace on that? But in the middle of Harrison entering in that code, there's the added wrinkle of, oh, wait, Morris's inmate number is also 8 digits. Maybe it's that one. Which is it? Great suspenseful stuff, man. But before we get there, though, Dexter is guiding Harrison through the gala via AirPods and FaceTime. And Harrison has a couple of near misses. First, almost caught by Prater, and then almost caught by security. And the second one was especially quick thinking by Harrison, but unfortunate because he ends up throwing his friend who told him about the gala in the first place and put him on so he could even be there. He throws that guy under the bus for smoking weed. And just when Harrison finally makes it up to the penthouse floor, and he's about to pick the lock to go in there, Charlie opens the door and apprehends him. And this could have been a disaster, but Dexter flips it perfectly using Charlie's file that he has right there in the vault with him to blackmail her. And he leverages her own secrets and her mother, but Charlie only agrees to let Harrison go, and she sets off then to go find Prater. Just another very well-written and suspenseful sequence that takes the viewer on an emotional journey from like, oh no, Harrison has been caught by Charlie, we are fucked, to yes, the blackmail is going to work. That's how Dexter's going to get out of this situation. And then we ultimately land somewhere in between with Harrison okay, but Dexter still fucked. And this episode and this season really did a great job of that specific dynamic. These roller coaster moments, emotional roller coaster moments, when you think everything is fine, then everything goes about as bad as you could possibly imagine. And then somehow Dexter wiggles his way out of that situation. It's one of the best things about this show, the show Dexter as a whole, and this character. But Dexter feeds Harrison the code to open the vault, deciding to use the inmate number, and then still just drawing out the tension. Batista's fucking phone dies while he's saying the code. Like, it's the perfect example of what I was just saying. Like, the way this show builds tension is just so good. Like, you've already got the is this gonna work tension, and then his phone dies. Like, it's incredible work, man. But Harrison takes the gamble. He hits okay, and boom, the vault opens. Dexter grabs what he can, a knife, Prater's files, his slides, his OG slides that he keeps all his trophies in. But he loses the fake fingerprint that he used to get into the vault. It's transparent. It's missing in action. It could be anywhere. Again, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Like, what an escalation of an already intense situation. They just continue to escalate and escalate and escalate, and it all works so well, and it all works so well together. These are those little suspenseful touches, man, that just made this finale feel like peak Dexter. But eventually he finds the thumbnail print. It's on Batista's body. Dark, clever, but literally the worst place it could have been. Prater spots Harrison at the gala, cuts off the cameras, and confronts him outside at gunpoint and brings him back inside. He then calls Dexter from Harrison's phone and tells him to bring his bitch ass back inside too. And Dexter's storming back in bad as fuck. And Harry's just like, yeah, get that bitch ass motherfucker. Harry didn't quite say that, but he said most of that. He said more of that than he didn't say. But from there, it's the showdown we've been waiting for. Prater goes into a whole speech about falling in love with killing. And you can see Peter Dinklage does a great job. You can see he absolutely intends on killing Harrison in this moment. But Dexter offers himself instead. The Bay Harbor Butcher, I'm the ultimate prize. It's emotional, but it's also full circle because that's what he's been doing. He being Prater. That's what he's been doing this whole time. This is the ultimate catch. Like, you got the Bay Harbor Butcher, man. Like, it's a great play. And then he apologized to Harrison for not giving him the protection that he needed, wink, wink. And then comes the callback that the protection that Dexter gave Harrison that we thought was condoms for smashing Gigi was actually his little syringe of sleepy time medicine. And what made that even crazier is that somebody said that in the comments of my video. They were like, why would you assume it was a condom? It might have been his syringe. I'm like, fuck. And it was. So shout out to that person, assuming you're not one of the people who watched that fucking Russian version that leaked, and now you try to pretend like you figured that shit out, but you had already watched the shit in Russian. But anyway, if you hadn't, shout out to you for figuring that out. But Harrison uses it to knock out Prater. Dexter arms him with the fake thumb so that he can get out. Fake thumb print, because Dexter's going to arm himself with a fake thumb. And then he gets down to business. Dexter straps Prater to the table, gives him the whole pre-murder treatment that we know, the speech, tells him everything, makes it clear this is about justice. At the same time, the gala hits its climax. They're announcing the fundraising total while everyone chants Prater's name, none the wiser about what's going on. And of note here, no one on that stage appeared to be in need of a ramp. Just sit with that. Just sit with that for a little while. Anyway, Dexter kills Prater, cuts off the thumb so he can get back out, wipes down everything, sets off the vault alarm as his exit strategy. Smooth, methodical, perfect Dexter thinking. The police find Batista's body, the gun that Prater used to shoot him, and even a file on the New York Ripper. It's a guy named Don Framp. So no one we've met this season, making all the theorizing about who he might be pointless. But man, like that's just funny to me. Like I don't blame the show. Like that's on us for us as anyone who was theorizing about who that might be. That's on us for reading more into that than what was there. Like it was merely just meant to be that parallel between Claudette and Batista. Like, hey, we both got that one person that we can't get past. Like, we chose to be like, hey, maybe this Ripper person is going to be somebody significant. I don't think the show told us that and then pulled it back. So I don't blame the show for that. I even loved how Claudette showed like this like flash of guilt for not believing Batista when she first saw his body. That was a nice little touch too. I also liked how when she was leaving and then Staying Alive came back on and then she came back and started dancing. It was kind of corny, but like that was fun. It was a nice touch. Man, she went from like kind of like a cold fish to kind of like, all right, would I hit that? But anyway, Dexter uses Prater's yacht to dispose of his body. Meanwhile, Charlie and her mother skip town. And when Dexter goes through the files he took, we see the setup for season 2. A whole new list of people. He don't even got to do the research on these people. He's got it right there in front of him. All worthy of his code, including Al. And I was definitely hoping that they were going to do something with Al because it kind of felt like it was left open with him. Like, yeah, I'm leaving town. I'm leaving town. He throws the phone out the window. I'm like, you guys know. I said, like, I feel like something's going to come back around with Al. Nothing did, but not done after all. It looks like that's going to carry over into season 2. And that's the season. Now, honestly, I can't say enough about how well Dexter Resurrection delivered. Every episode had tension, suspense, humor, a great twist. The finale stuck the landing. Like everything that needed to be wrapped up got wrapped up, and they planted just enough for another season. And just a great return for this character, this beloved character. This felt like peak form. I can't wait to see where they take it from here. So let me know what you thought in the comments. Like the channel, subscribe, share to your social medias, join the Discord and join the conversation. And until next time for season 2 of Dexter Resurrection, peace.